Hi guys, my name is Nejma and today I'm going to be on Mummy Ventures reviewing Deserter by Junji Ito. Deserter is a short story collection manga and it's a horror and it has 12 stories in total. Today I'm going to be reviewing 3 of my favourite stories and telling you why you should read Deserter. The first story that I'll be reviewing today is called Face Thief. Face Thief is about this girl called Machida who moves into a new school, and then she moves into a new class as well, and she meets this girl called Kami. Kami requests with the teacher to sit next to Machida. The teacher allows her to sit next to her. After a while, Kami decides to become friends with Machida, but Machida does not want to become friends. Kami keeps pestering Machida, begging her to be friends, and Machida slaps Kami across her face, saying that she doesn't want to be with a loser like her because she plans to be a popular girl and the queen bee of the school. The next day, Kami comes to Machida and kind of kidnaps her, and she starts dragging her and telling her that she's going to be pretty and that Machida better comply. Machida later finds out that Kami changes features with people who she hangs out with for a while, and that Kami wants to become exactly like Machida, and she steals her beauty. At first, Machida thought it was some sort of cruel prank, but then she sees that Kami's features are changing exactly like hers, and then she realises that this isn't a prank. The next day at school, Kami is really happy because her features have changed into exactly like Machida's, and she can rest for a while before finding a new victim. But then, when she enters the classroom, she is greeted with everyone wearing animal face masks. It is revealed that later on in the book that Machida came up with a plan to stop Kami from becoming a face thief. She decides that everyone is going to wear face masks that look like animals, so that Kami is going to transform into some sort of animal. One of the guys in the class thought it was a cruel prank to do that on her and tried to stop it, but it was already too late. Kami had transformed into some sort of dragon face mask. She requested a mirror to be shown to her so that she could see it. It was also revealed that the teachers didn't even know who she was. She just joined into the classroom one day and they couldn't do anything about it, so their problem was solved due to Machida. I really liked Face Thief because it was a really original book and I've never seen a book with that plot before. That story was really unique and I really like that. The next story is called Unendurable Labyrinth. Unendurable Labyrinth is about 2 friends, Noriko and Sayako. Noriko and Sayako had decided to go on a mountain hike because Noriko was worried about Sayako not attending school. During this hike, Noriko discovers that the reason that Sayako wasn't attending school was because she had developed anxiety due to the fact that people were spreading rumours about her. During the hike, after they had finished talking about Sayako's anxiety, they realised that they had become lost and it was quickly getting dark. During their walk, they stumbled across a group of really skinny people, and then they asked if they knew their way out of here, but the skinny people just stared on at them, and it was really creepy for them. During that strange encounter, they started walking a bit more because they thought that they would get out of this complicated mountain, but instead they stumble across another follower of that religion, but they discover that it is in fact not another follower of the religion but a Buddhist monk. The monk suggests for them to stay at their monastery because it was quickly getting dark and he wanted them to be safe. Also, that's what he said. They enter the monastery and they soon realise that it's not a normal monastery. They follow a different sector of Buddhism and it's something unlike they had ever seen before. They are boarded with another girl called Kuromato. Kuromato is the final piece in the jigsaw puzzles that confirms their suspicions that this was not a normal religion. Kuromato's brother had gone missing years earlier, and they discover that they think that he's at the temple. So they decide to sneak out and follow the followers. They discover that the followers had gone into this sort of maze, and they follow after the followers to discover that they were starving themselves and committing suicide inside the Unendurable Labyrinth. They were basically mummifying themselves. As they were walking through this labyrinth, they realised that the monks some of them had their eyes open, and that was because they were alive. They were looking at Sayako, and Sayako's biggest fear was eyes, and that is why that's the Unendurable Labyrinth. The third and final story is called The Long Hair in the Attic. The Long Hair in the Attic starts off with the main character, Chimey. Chimey comes home heartbroken and devastated and starts crying in her bed. Her sister comes into her room and tells her that she's seen a rat inside her room and that she should be careful. Whilst Chimey is crying, that same rat that her sister was talking about comes into her hair. She feels disgusted and screams, and she runs out of her room and takes a shower almost immediately. She starts washing her hair, and then she goes to her sister and asks her sister to cut off her hair. Her sister goes downstairs to ask permission from her mother, and her mother says yes. Chimey's sister goes to get the scissors, but when she comes upstairs, she's greeted with a horrible sight. Chimey is dead, blood all over her floor, but her head is nowhere to be seen. She has been beheaded, and her whole family was in shock. Her mum had fainted and the police had come all over. The gossip has spread like wildfire all over the neighbourhood, and they were all very, very, very worried and also very scared, because what kind of a psychopath would do that? Who could cut her head off, clean off? It looked like one blow. Then, later on in the story, her father goes into the attic to try to find a rat, that same rat that was in Chimey's hair. He had been taking a long time, so Chimey's sister decided to go up to the attic to see what was going on. Her father was sitting there in horror. Chimey's sister asked her if he had found the rat yet, but instead she saw Chimey's hair and her dead head. She saw her beheaded head and her hair hanging on the attic, and it was looking straight at her. The head then slithered off like a snake, like it had some last purpose to commit, but no one knows what. And that's the end of the long hair in the attic. I particularly enjoyed that one because it was very unique, just like the first one and the second one. And Junji Ito is one of my favourite horror manga writers, if not the most favourite I have. In fact, I'm going to order a book from him next week called Uzumaki, and I might review that as well when I finish reading it. Thank you for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment below on what was your favourite story. See you next time.